As the Russian government registers Sputnik 5, the Russian Direct Investment Fund states that it may tap about 500 to 1,000 Filipinos, especially from high-risk areas, to volunteer for the vaccine as it enters stage 3 clinical trials by November. Once it goes into plan, there is a possibility for the vaccine to be made available in the final quarter of the year. Aside from Russia, Department of Health clarifies that the Philippines is also in talks with 16 other candidate manufacturers, assuring equitable access to COVID-19 vaccines in the future.
So we already have about 16 na mga vaccine manufacturers na may mga different stages na tayo ng pakikipag-usap. And aside from that, meron tayong 9 vaccine manufacturers na kasama sa COVAX facility. Pagkatapos nun, meron pa tayong WHO Solidarity Trial on Vaccines.
Meanwhile, Philippines on August 16 logged a whopping 40,397 additional recoveries, bringing the total to 112,586. This sharply decreased the active cases by 37,107. The country also tallied 161,253 total COVID cases and 2 additional 605 total deaths. Department of Education postpones the opening of classes on private and public schools on August 24 and will be moved on October 5, 2020. As approved by President Duterte, Education Secretary Leonor Biones says that the deferment of class opening for the school year 2020 to 2021 was to give consideration to areas under Modified Enhanced Community Quarantine or MECQ until August 18.
Thus, we are going to use this deferment, which the President has decided upon, to provide relief to the logistical limitations faced by the areas placed under the MECQ. It's very large areas and, as I said, involves millions of learners.
This move was first urged by several lawmakers and groups in order to prepare more with the transition to blended learning, as several concerns were raised by teachers and other stakeholders. On the other hand, Commission on Higher Education or CHED says colleges and universities are not included in this postponement of classes, for they are not covered by RA 11480, which gives effect to move school opening on basic education students. As the Senate Committee of the Whole continues to investigate alleged corruption in PhilHealth, President and CEO Ricardo Morales confessed systematic problems have plagued the corporation.
Fraud has always been with the system, as it has always been in all similar health systems in the world. The problem is systemic and cannot be solved in 1 year, maybe not even 3 years.
When asked what actions his term has made to combat corruption, Morales uncovered 20,000 pending cases against certain regional and central offices following the discovery of fraudulent operations and violations committed. On the other hand, Senator Risa Hontiveros believes that Health Secretary and ex-officio PhilHealth Chairman Francisco Duque III must also be investigated, as he becomes a perennial PhilHealth board member since 2004. Health Secretary Duque then pronounced to respect the institution in order for him to participate in the procedural process.
We have to go. We have to respect the institution's order for me to be present.
Department of Interior and Local Government or DILG threatens to go after peddlers of fake news. This was after the Facebook group One Rider One Shot posted a manipulated publication material from student-led online news site EXplainED, claiming that Interior Secretary Eduardo Año advised couples to practice physical distancing even after sex. The said post immediately went viral and was shared by a number of netizens. The post, however, is fake news.
Kaya naman nainis masyado si Secretary Año, and we have directed the Philippine National Police, in particular the CIDG and yung cybercrime group dito sa issue nung social media post, no? Actually, may leads na kami. We know the geographical area where the post was made, no? So we have a fairly good idea now kung sino yung taong yun, and we're now just building up the case para makasuhan siya.
In a statement, EXplainED disowned the said publication material and urged the public to refrain from manipulating posts that are not doing any help amid the COVID-19 pandemic. As of now, the said Facebook group is already taken down. Portland Trail Blazers prevail on the back-and-forth game against the Brooklyn Nets with a thrilling 134-133 victory to secure the number 8 seed in the NBA Western Conference inside the NBA Disney World bubble. Blazers point guard Damian Lillard spearheaded his team after bombing 42 points and 12 assists, making its fourth 40-point finish in the seeding games. The Blazers need only one victory against the number 9 seed Memphis Grizzlies in the play-in round to secure their 7th consecutive season playoffs appearance and will face the top-seeded Los Angeles Lakers. Meanwhile, the Milwaukee Bucks led the Eastern Conference with 56-17 record, while Lakers have 52-19 leading the West. Until next week, this has been EXplainED Express, delivering you the most pressing issues straight to your fingertips.